All right, guys, let me know how the audio is. It's going to take a minute. It took me forever to get this set up. Forever. What's going on, everyone? If you guys want to go ahead and double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, would appreciate it. I think this is going to be the only live we're doing today because it's actually probably going to be one live a day for the next little bit. But it'll be around this time. And I'll leave it public, so if you guys miss it, you can watch it later. All right. This was a whole ordeal. A whole ordeal. Sounds good? Audio's good? Good. Turn up on mine a little bit. How long are you going to be live? We will see. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. What was I going to do? Yeah. No music today. We have YouTube, so we don't usually do music in that. So we'll see. If you guys over on TikTok want to double tap the screen, comment, interact, see if we can get some people in here, would appreciate it. God, RFK is a chode. I don't really know what else to call him. Trump says the U.S. and China are actively discussing tariffs. Beijing says that's false. This is like a desperation move from Trump. I think what he's going to try and do is back out of them. Think so. How is everyone doing? Y'all doing good? Looking over the stuff. Seeing what's going on. All right. I hope it's not lagged over there. Pay attention to the Act Blue executive order. He's trying to do something to target Act Blue or something like that. Let's see. The camera quality is not very good. I don't know why. I'll deal with it later. Is this delayed over on YouTube? Oh, I'm behind. That's why. Corey, appreciate the sub over there. Thank you. Appreciate it, Corey. It was behind. Why is it behind? Okay, whatever. Where's the beard? Beard's weird. No? Okay. Corey, appreciate it. Thank you. What's going on, everyone? Are we still doing the show tonight? I think we're just going to make this the one. I'll leave it public over on YouTube in case you guys miss it. So, Jaden is currently flying out, so he's not going to be here, and I haven't heard from anyone else. So see if we can get some debates in here, see what's going on. But if you guys want to double tap the screen, comment, interact, would appreciate it. How is everyone doing? This was a whole ordeal, by the way, to get this all set up. It took like an hour and a half, and it's still not anywhere near where I want it. And I also, I can't get it over onto Twitch either. So there's that. How's the economy destroyed? Check the stock market, my guy. Scorecard. Because I'm smarter than the president? Yes, absolutely. 100%. I can't even believe you said that. Absolutely. Yes, 100%. I literally think that most of America is smarter than that idiot. If he was so smart, why do you got to backtrack on the tariffs? Gotta chug some water and hydrate. Rip Twitch. I can't do anything. I literally spent the last 45 minutes trying to set up multi-stream on OBS and could not get it to work. It will not work. I don't know why. The stock market is where it was when Biden left office. No, it's not. It's down 5,000 points since he took office. What the fuck are you talking about? You just make shit up. Jesus Christ. It's literally crazy how much they just lie. What kind of unemployment benefits I got? The ones your mom gives me. You unemployed? What are you on here right now? What's up? What's going on? Are you debating? It sounds like you're connected to Bluetooth. Doesn't sound that great. Really quick, how is the audio for them over? fuck. God damn it. That's awful. Awful. If you are debating, go ahead and hop on in the box. Would appreciate it. Soros soldiers. It's funny that the only people getting paid are right-wingers. That's crazy. All right, you there?
Yep.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me check the audio over on here. Is the audio good? Couldn't hear the caller. Of course. Of course. All right, you want to talk? You guys don't hear him? No. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and say something. I think they can hear you. I messed up. That's my fault.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So what's going on?
I just don't think he's destroying the economy. I hear people saying that. I personally don't subscribe to that ideology. I also think a lot of people have different definitions of what success looks like economically. Some people look at the stock market. Some people look at interest rates. Some people look at gasoline prices, grocery prices.
Yeah, I would say that I would say that regardless, long term, the stock market is going to go down. Gas and grocery prices are going to go up because of tariffs. Growth is going to stall if he continues the path that he's doing. So, yeah, I think we're seeing very clear indicators in the stock market, but there's also indicators out here as well. I mean, gas is going up. Groceries are going up. Tariffs are coming.
Okay, yeah, and so, like, I would ask you this. Like, I was actually just looking at a report earlier this morning. I assume that you probably felt the same way during the Biden administration?
Did I feel? No, because Biden didn't make any moves that caused those. He had to deal with it, but that's quantifiably different than Donald Trump and his policies of targeting tariffs.
So you think that basically Biden was just the victim of several instances where the stock market went down by several thousand points? He was the victim of I think it's like the top 50 U.S. food producers and restaurants. Their pricing went up by 45% under his watch over the 4 years.
Yeah, but
prices hit $5 a gallon in rural areas. Interest rates went up. Nominal wages
but then would I
down.
have to say that every single country on earth was a victim because they all experienced it? Every single one of them. It's not a thing to the United States.
Not every single one of them in the same instance. That's not true at all.
No, every single country experienced inflation after COVID.
Every single country experiences inflation every single year, but the United States was impacted far worse than any other civilized country.
That's not true. That's not even remotely true. The United States weathered it better than all. The United States weathered it better than all but about 30 or 40 countries. 45 countries, something like that.
30 or 40 countries.
Right. But we also rely on trade.
Some of the bigger ones like China, Russia, I'm assuming they did a little better than us during COVID, right?
I don't know about during COVID. There's actually a map you can look up that tracked inflation throughout COVID, and it shows the United States weathered it really, really well. Actually.
But ultimately, what my point is this. Okay, here's the point I'm trying to make. One, I think it's dooming to say that he's destroying the economy at the end of his 4 years. All these things are going to be terrible and yada yada yada. Which you're entitled to feel that way. I'm not saying that. I disagree that you should be able to feel that way. I just think that, one, you're wrong. I think at the end of 4 terms, the S&P 500 is probably going to be up. I don't think that there's going to be any drastic changes. I don't think you're going to see housing prices fall by 20%. I don't think you're going to see anything like that. But I do want to point out, and I'm going to say that it's hypocrisy. You may disagree with me, which would be totally okay. But here's my point. I think it's hypocrisy when under Biden's watch, things got much worse than they were right now. And let me finish.
Yeah, I'm going.
I live in a rural state. Gasoline was higher than it has ever been in my lifetime.
Right. The question is not right, but the question is
and actually get the groceries that they're accustomed to getting. Insurance premiums have skyrocketed, even for people who have not had claims. They
Right,
went up
right,
under
right,
Biden
right.
in rates
But
that you've never seen before.
what you're missing and what's important is what did Biden do to cause that?
Well, he's the leader of the country, so in the same
Right,
way
but
that
that
when Trump
doesn't
does something,
that doesn't make him culpable.
okay, but just
Because you're
because it's in the
saying
media, okay,
because
but
you're
hang on,
saying
hang
on
on.
one side, but hold on, you spoke for a second. On one side you're
And you
saying
interrupted me to get your point, so I never got to finish.
right, because it's an important point. It's an important distinction.
Okay, so I can interrupt you if it's important.
No,
Is that
you can get muted. So
Okay,
one of the
great,
things
perfect.
is
One-sided.
it's not one-sided. I let you speak for like 2 minutes and you said nothing. So like I don't. And one side
you're
you're saying
insulting me.
it's not insulting if it's true. So on one
I
side
said nothing.
you're saying
Really? Okay, well, here. How about
I'm aware. Yeah, awesome. So on one side, you're saying that somehow Donald Trump is not responsible. He just left. You're saying Donald Trump is not responsible for the stock market collapse. And on the other side, Biden is. Right? There's this thing of like, if I were to go, well, Donald Trump killed a bunch of people from COVID, right? That would be unfair because that doesn't establish causality. We knew that there was going to be COVID. We knew it was going to be bad. The degree of which it was bad, I could say, hey, he did this, or didn't do this, and this, and there's a lot of those. And then you could say, well, it was proliferated because of Donald Trump, and those things would be true. But the mere existence of COVID is not like it's not an argument, right? So in this instance, he's saying, well, because inflation, therefore it's Biden's fault. Okay, handcuffed a lot by Trump, especially when it comes to gas prices and the OPEC deal that Donald Trump signed that cut oil production for 2 years. He ran. Hey, ran. But you can't like just unilaterally assign blame because something happened, right? Because otherwise, and it's crazy to me that Republicans constantly do this. You know, there is nothing that Biden did that you can point to that's going to go, this fucked the economy up. I think there's one thing, actually. There's one thing that you can point to, like, this didn't help, which I agree, which was the American Recovery Plan. It helped, it boosted inflation. But if you're going to admit that, then you have to admit the CARES Act. You have to admit that Donald Trump had a part in inflation. And when it comes to the OPEC deal, but in terms of the rest of the world, as he said, we did the worst. We didn't. We did among the best. Really quick, how's the audio going over on YouTube? Is it a good mix? Because I don't have playback in my headphones because this sucks. Anyway, if you guys want to support the channel, do we have a goal up here? Ooh, we don't have a goal. I'm going to start a goal. No, I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that goal. I don't even know how to stop that. No, don't start with that noise. How do I mute the noise? It's really annoying over in my end. I don't. We did have a goal. Oh my god. That's the most annoying shit on my end. But anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Alternatively, you guys can sub on any one of the platforms and Patreon. This one's going to be live because I could not get the audio or the recording over to the other YouTube. So this one's going to stay public. So if you guys miss it, you can watch it over on YouTube. Stuck with that goal. We'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. Josh. I saw Josh like the live. You want to hop in? How is everyone doing? I worked for the oil company in the 70s. They had tankers of oil produced offshore waiting for the prices to go up. Yes, it sounds great on YouTube. Amazing. Good. Good. Yeah. The amount of stuff that they blamed Biden for that Trump caused is fucking crazy. It's actually crazy. I don't know. I see Josh in here. I don't know if he wants to join. Doing good. The bell ringing thing, yeah, I can't stop it either. Anyways, if you guys want to double tap the screen over on TikTok, comment, interact, help get some people in there. YouTube audio is good. If you guys are over on YouTube, want to hit that like button, help get some people in here, would appreciate it. We're streaming a bit on off hours, but we are live. Sunny spring day in Seattle. Also, I'm literally using my laptop camera I brought the other one, and it looks trashy. So I was like, well, that was pointless. Yeah, if you guys want to double tap the screen, comment, interact, help get some people in here, would appreciate it. Another crying liberal. It's weird. Your inability to read people is going to get you in trouble in the future. You probably already have to stay 500 feet from school. Elect a clown, get a clown show. Straight clown car chaos. Marion, what a very feminine name of you. What's going on?
Oh, what are you bitching about today?
If you could please refrain from cursing, ma'am, I would appreciate it.
So what do you want to talk about? The stock market you think is crashing or
I don't think it is.
No, it's not. Prove it. Prove it's crashing.
It's crashed 5,000 points since Trump's taken office.
Is it as low as it was under Biden?
So the stock market goes up year over year. Biden had the highest stock market in American history.
He had 32,000 Dow Jones twice in his 4 years. The Dow hasn't been anywhere close to that.
The Dow was also 10,000 points lower at that time, so it's been climbing ever since. I think when Trump left office, it was around 32, 33.
Do you have any investments? Do you have any idea what you're talking about?
I took them out when I saw the storm coming.
So you're one of those fools that cashed in your 401k?
I didn't have a 401k. I had money in the market, and it's sitting in they're collecting interest.
Wow. And then you're the ones that's bitching about it crashing, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people are losing their money. They're losing their livelihoods. They're losing their homes. Yeah.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
When Trump,
I know of people that lost a significant amount of money during those collapses.
First of all, it didn't collapse. You realize some of us made a lot of money in the last 3 weeks?
A lot of people, more people lost money. $11 trillion evaporated. Right now, it's sitting at probably about $6 trillion evaporated, gone. $6 trillion. So you can say you made as much money as you want, but that's not what most people did.
Well, then whose fault is that? Is that most people's fault, or is that Trump's fault?
That would be Trump's fault for trying to put in tariffs that sent the market into global shock.
Manipulating the market, yeah.
Global shock.
I have a question.
The Dow never got anywhere close to where it did under Biden. 32,000 the Dow. Look it up.
Because the stock market went up to the highest point ever under Biden.
It was also at 32,000, which is nowhere close to where it was.
I'm sorry.
Under Trump.
I'll just ask really quick. Who had the highest stock market in United States history? Was that Joe Biden or Donald Trump?
Are we talking the Dow? Are we talking the S&P 500? What are we talking?
Any of them. Generally, you would look at the Dow, though.
Well, it depends on where your money's at and where you want to look at.
Right, but most of the global economy looks at the Dow.
Okay. So just because it was high, what's your point? Okay, it was under Biden. I mean, it's all facts, right? I mean, there's no use lying about anything. It's all facts. It's all provable. Okay, so you're looking at the Dow. Was the Dow higher under Biden or higher under Trump's first term or higher under Trump's term now? It was higher under Biden.
It was higher both times.
What's your point?
My point is that Donald Trump took an economy and a stock market that was booming and squandered it. Seemingly right now, it looks like he did it to make his buddies a bunch of money.
Okay, so do you understand? Okay, so I'm in my mid-50s. Okay, so I've been around since Jimmy Carter. Okay, every time a new president takes office, 6 to maybe 9 months after they take office, that there's volatility in the market. Can we agree with that?
We can agree, but you're categorizing that this is the same. There has never been a market sell-off to this degree or anything remotely comparable to any president in American history.
Yes, there was. You don't understand. The Dow was at 32,000 twice under Biden.
Right, but the Dow was also, the Dow wasn't at 44,000. The Dow would have been at like 35.
It doesn't matter.
Right, but a 3,000 point drop. But also you're saying, and this is the implication that I hate, that somehow Biden had something to do with that, which he didn't. What did he do? Name an economic policy.
October of 23. You tell me, why did it hit 32,000?
Can you name a policy that he did?
Can you name a policy that Trump has enacted yet?
Tariffs.
That's not a policy.
That is a policy. Tariffs are a policy. Policy is a tariff. Yes, it is a public policy. Yes. I don't even know how to argue with that.
Every president in the last 100 years has enacted tariffs.
So they've enacted tariffs. Donald Trump's blanket policy is a policy that is different and distinct from everything that any president has done.
You must not have any idea how the markets work.
I very clearly know a little bit about it because I got out before it went bad.
Okay, so you understand the day Trump came, the day Trump said it'd be a good time to buy, do you remember when he said that on national TV?
I don't care.
Okay, well, you should.
What does that have to do with people losing their money?
With that.
I have a big problem with that.
I'll
Telling people
explain
to
it to
buy?
you. I'll explain it to you. He said it was a good time to buy.
Okay. He said it was
money in the market.
Okay.
And we waited 3 hours and we waited 3 hours and 18 minutes. Then we turned around and sell. I made 20% in less than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Market manipulation.
So you took advice from Trump blindly, and a lot of people lost a lot of money, and you're completely okay with that as a policy because you made money.
They could have done the same thing.
But no, a lot of people couldn't have done the same thing because their money's locked up in 401ks or their pension plans where they can't touch it.
Okay, do you think people who have 401ks lost value or lost money?
Yes. I
You don't
know
have the
people that
ability to
lost.
pull
I
it
know
out,
people
put it
that
back
lost
into
money.
different stocks.
I know a lot of people that lost money.
Which
I'm reading
one?
comments right now, but yes, I have family members that lost money.
Okay, hold on a second. Just because you lose value in your 401k does not mean you lose money.
I would
You
say.
didn't lose any money. You lost the value of your 401k. There's a big difference.
Listen,
There's a
you
big
didn't
difference.
lose your money. It's just inflated. That's the inflation part. You didn't lose your money. You're just paying more for it. So saying
No, you're actually buying more. You're actually buying more for it. When stocks go down, your $100 buys more stocks than it did when the market's up.
New
So when the
money,
market
but
goes
you've
down,
lost the old money.
You haven't lost money. You lost
You've
value.
lost the money in the 401k. If you want to put
No,
new money
you
in
lost
when the market's
value.
down, then yes,
You
you can recover some of that.
No,
yes.
you didn't lose
100%.
money. You lost
But
value.
hey man, what you're not understanding is people they put money into their 401k, their job matches it, and it sits there. They never touch it. They don't play with it. They don't take it in. They don't put it out. They don't manipulate it into other markets. It just sits there. That's how most of the people cover their 401ks. So when
Right.
when the market drops, their 401k drops because they don't have the knowledge or the insight to pull it out and manipulate it like that.
The
They don't
value-
have the availability.
the value
Hey
of
Marion,
their
Marion,
401k.
I'm not done talking, my guy.
Well, you're
I was
not
almost
listening.
done.
You clearly
what
don't
you're
know what
what
you're
you're
talking
showing
about.
me right now, bud, is you're not listening to the words I'm saying. You're just waiting for your turn to talk. I don't know how you got to your old ass 55 age and don't know how to have a conversation yet. Let me finish my words.
Speak the truth, then I won't
Okay.
have to correct you.
Okay, cool. So, the majority of people don't play with their 401k. They just let it sit there. They let their advisors take care of it, right?
No shit. No kidding.
Yeah, okay, cool. So if they don't have the knowledge, expertise, or the insight, the foresight to see this happening, do you think they may have lost money in their 401k?
No, they lost value of their
Jesus
401k. They didn't lose money. There's a
All right,
difference.
man.
That's what I'm trying. That's what
right.
I'm
So
trying to teach.
value is money. That's how we calculate it in American society.
Not
Value.
in a 401k. Not
Yes,
in
it
a 401k.
is. It shows up.
No, it's
I'm
not.
really quick. How does it show up in a 401k? It shows up as unrealized gains, which they calculate in terms of what? Money.
You
They put a
clearly
dollar
have no
number on it.
idea- You clearly have no idea how it works.
Can you show me a single? Can you
Calculated
show
in
me a?
shillings.
Okay. Can you show me a single 401k statement that shows anything other than dollar value?
They covered
Do-
in points.
Dollar
Points.
value, dollar value. You understand? You
right.
didn't lose
So
money,
you're
you lost
losing-
value.
You
It's
lost
not the
money.
same.
What the fuck?
No,
So
it's
if
not.
okay,
It's
so
not
if
the
you
same.
it is the same. It's synonymous.
not.
If you crash your car, did you lose value in your car?
That's different.
Oh
It's
my
completely
god.
different. You have no idea how a 401k system works. You have no idea. You have no clue.
So
You have no
if I have
clue.
a
That's why-
coin
God.
that's
why you were dumb enough to
uncirculated
take your-
and I circulate it, does it
You
lose
took yours
value?
out. You're not smart enough to understand, and you won't listen.
You're
to
not
those
smart
of us
enough to
who know more than
understand,
you.
Josh, that value is not money, you know? Like the value of this phone. I don't trade it. I trade it for chicken and eggs. I don't trade it for money.
You don't lose money. You don't lose money unless
Okay,
you sell.
so if someone was to panic, let's simplify this for you because this is a really dumb argument. So if someone was to, if they were to take their 401k and say, I freak out, and they sold it all right at the bottom, okay? They sold it all, every penny of it. Would they have lost money by doing that?
Yes, because you sold it.
Which is, so then how can you say that a 401k is value, but it's not money?
Because it doesn't turn into money until you sell.
Right.
That's what you don't realize.
Right, but people lost money. They lost money in the stock market. They still lost money in the stock. I'm sorry,
Because
this
they
is stupid.
sold their 401k. Because they sold it. You don't lose. You don't win money. You don't gain money, or you don't.
So
lose
then why
money.
are you sitting here complaining about the stock market going down under Biden? Because I know you did. I know you complained about it then. You complained about it
No.
now.
We made money then. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. You're bitching that it's crashing, and it's not.
It
was
is
lower
crashing. It is
No, it's
crashing.
not.
Oh, okay,
was
well, let's
lower
do it this
twice
way
under
then.
Biden. I'm not bitching about it being that low. I
$11
made
trillion
money.
dollars of value went away. And people lost money in the stock market. And people
It
have
will
still
all be-
lost money in the stock
It'll all
market.
be back in a year. It'll all be back in a year.
Based on what? What are you basing this off of?
Do you think the Dow Jones is going to stay as low? It wasn't even as low as it was under Biden. Do you think it's going to stay this low forever?
I think it's going to go down in a few days here.
Can I
To
clarify
what
something real
level?
quick, Marion?
To what level? When you say it goes down, just because it goes down doesn't mean
say
that's a
hi?
bad thing. It happens all the time. It's been happening since Jimmy
Yeah,
Carter.
you don't have to.
Cool. Can I clarify something real quick? You said it was lower under Biden. What caused that to be lower under Biden?
What difference does it make?
No. I think it's important because
trying
this
to talk
is
to this
two
guy?
different causes, right?
The
Like
first-
one of them was
the
caused
first-
by a global pandemic,
trying to
right?
say,
Where we
right.
saw every
Oh, it's
country in
inverted,
the
that's
world
why.
being affected by this.
Oh, no,
So
it's not
what's your
inverted.
excuse for October of 23? What's your excuse for October of 23 when it was at 32,000?
There is no excuse. Joe Biden did not do a policy that resulted in that, bud.
Oh, so
Donald Trump's
you think-
policies set shockwaves across the world, which is why every news station, every hedge fund, executives are claiming that tariffs are causing this downturn. What
You're
can you
listening
name a
to the
single thing?
wrong
Can you name a
man.
sing? I'm not listen. Can you name a single thing that Biden did that caused the economy to crash at that time?
I'm not suggesting it was Biden's fault. That's what
Okay,
you're not listening.
I'm suggesting
I'm not
it's right.
suggesting it
I know
was his
because there
fault.
isn't any reason to blame him. I'm saying Trump did it because of tariffs. Tariffs are
Okay,
tanking the economy.
It still wasn't Trump in the last since Trump took office. It's still nowhere as close to it was 2 times under Biden.
The boss is checking in.
You're blaming him for something that's really not that big a deal.
Yeah, it is.
But it is a big deal. $11 trillion evaporated.
No, but it's not because if you're smart enough, when it happened in October
Buddy,
of 23,
If you're
Listen,
not smart enough, nothing. Are there people with 401ks that can't sell out?
Can't retire. Can't retire for the next year because their 401k is too low.
Are there
Okay, so
people
what's
that
That
cannot?
Marion?
what's the problem? So they got to keep working?
You want to tell a 67-year-old that?
Yes. I'll tell them it's their choice.
Marion, I just want to say, if you ever lose money, I don't ever want to hear you call it money because I just want to hear you call it value. I lost value. I lost 20 values.
Value.
20 values
Value
I
in my
lost.
house. 100,000 values.
I made
100,000
money in
values.
October of 23 when it got to
Buddy,
32,000.
it does not matter that you're making money. People made money on the stock market collapse of 2008. That does not mean that it's a good thing because you're like, oh, I bought low. Because one of these times you're going to buy low thinking it's done and it won't be.
You have no concept of how it works, do you? You're sitting here trying to tell everybody you know
Yeah,
what you're
man.
doing.
Poor people
You
get
don't know
screwed,
shit.
and you're okay with it. That's how it works for you.
Well, that's their decision. They could have made the same
Yeah,
decision.
so
I
it's
did.
okay. Donald Trump can manipulate the markets, cause them to be poor, but as long as it's their decision to be poor because they weren't smart enough to see the foresight and then crashing the markets, then it's their fault. Yeah.
And I
100%
guarantee if this guy is trying to bottom scalp the market, he 100% has been burned more than once.
Oh, yeah.
Guarantee you've been burned.
Do you ever read Warren Buffett's books? I consider Warren Buffett a very, very, very intelligent man. Even
How
though
many
he's
times have you been burned
Very
by buying what you thought was the bottom?
Buying cheap. How many times have you been burned on shorts?
Who, you talking me or Warren Buffett?
I'm talking to you. You're the only
Not-
one up here. Warren Buffett ain't up here.
Not very often. I mean, everybody gets burned once in a while. I'm not going to sit here and say I've never been burned. Okay, if you play the market, if you know how to do investments, sometimes you make mistakes.
Right, but if he didn't, right, but if you didn't go with the buy because Trump told you, which is crazy, if you didn't do that and it continued to go down, then we'd be sitting here having a different conversation. By the way, you wouldn't have lost money; you would have lost values.
Correct.
Right.
You don't lose
Numbers on
money.
the screen.
So you didn't
don't
make
lose
any
money.
money. So really quick, you didn't make any money in the stock market, right? You made values.
No, I made money on that day because I actually bought.
No, you made values.
No,
You traded it for values.
I bought early in the morning. I sold close to noon. I made money. I didn't
Did you
buy
pull it
and
out?
hold.
Values.
I didn't buy and hold. I bought and sold. There's a difference. 401ks, you buy and you hold.
Oh, so are you going to hold next time it collapses because you're not losing any money? Do you ever really quick? Do you ever panic when you try and bottom scalp and the bottom keeps dropping?
No, I don't panic.
Never panic.
No, why would I panic?
This is a
Why
man
would
that's
I
going
do
to
that?
lose everything.
Good feeling in your gut. Yeah, man.
No, because
You never been
you
like,
gotta know-
oh, I made that mistake. Everyone's
was
felt
30
that.
grand in 5 minutes. Fuck.
That was a
That's
mistake.
hit, man.
Okay, three. Losing $3,000 a day is nothing. You got to
okay.
be kidding me, right?
I
$3,000.
said in 5
Okay,
minutes,
so-
Marion. I said in
so
5
what?
minutes. So,
So
let's
what?
not pull our pants down and swing it around, right? Like I do more in the stock market. I'm just using examples.
More like a
Okay.
doorstop.
So I invested $40,000 that morning
Good
when
for
Trump
you.
said it was a good time to buy. I
for
sold
you.
3 hours and 15 minutes later
Right.
and,
You wanna listen?
made a boatload of money.
Cool, Marion. Did you know 60% of America's population doesn't have $500 in their bank?
Whose fault is that?
So fuck poor people, right? The
it's
working
not-
class.
it's not
Fuck
my
the
fault.
working class, man. Screw them. They don't deserve it, right?
You guys aren't worth my time anymore. You don't
Oh.
listen.
Because I'm putting it back in your face. I'm cussing too much, huh? I'm not
Okay.
abiding by the terms of service. My bad.
Wait, hold on, you gotta come over here. All right, Willie left. We got,
So Donald Trump did an executive order to do away with civil rights. Did you see that?
this is like his fifth.
Hello?
What's up, Easy?
Hello, Doc. What's up?
What's going on? What's your
Look.
take?
Yeah, that guy wasn't as smart as me, but I'll give you a run for your values here. Look.
Hey, easy. Why you wear your pants like that?
All right, listen here. Basically, Trump
No,
is illegal.
seriously. Why you wear your pants like that?
Look, let me talk here. I'm gonna give you a run for your values here.
For easy access, baby. That's the correct answer. Fuck.
Oh,
man.
anyways,
A run
Trump
for your
is illegal.
values.
Trump is economic mastermind here, and he felt bad for the tariffs. He felt bad because the countries, they were just suffering so much. China, they couldn't take it no more, and so he reversed them, and that caused the stock market to uprise. Look, I'm using these big words. I don't even know what I'm saying, but that's my take on it.
Economic megamind, except he just remains evil, you know?
Look, Trump should be the leader of the world. What is it, the World Federal Bank? We would all have $1 million.
What would that do for anybody?
We have $1 million, damn it. I mean, $1 million values.
We have millions of values.
Yes, sir.
Millions of values.
All right, well, listen, I gotta go on and
Brilliant.
I gotta go
Well,
on and
hope
try and
you
make
find-
some values. So I'm gonna
Yeah, me
go to the
too.
next
I'm gonna
person.
go work my 12 to 4 and try to make some my values.
If you guys want to support the channel,
4-hour shift.
there is a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Horchick, appreciate it. You guys can send coins or sub on here. Would appreciate it. Does help support the channel. And go join the Patreon or YouTube. Would appreciate it because I'm not funded by Soros. Everyone thinks I am. Don't tell them about Soros. Dennis, appreciate it. That guy was lying. Wouldn't buy it and sell. There's a set time for the second. the guy was lying when buying and selling. There's a set time for the trade to settle. It's about 3 days, but you're locked in the price. The transaction is impossible to buy a stock and sell it 3 hours later. Is it? I don't think it is. No, I'm pretty sure. Do you know what he's talking about, Josh? Maybe talking about 401ks, but I don't, like if you have Robinhood or something, they auto settle. It's like basically, I mean, it doesn't automatically settle. Like it does take time to settle, but through your brokerage and stuff. Do we have any questions or anybody want to hop in and debate how Donald Trump is destroying the economy? It's crazy how they started focusing on the border the moment the economy started tanking. So, yeah.
Like, and they've gone full on, like, we don't want people here. We don't want brown people here. They not only should Garcia go, they should take the wife and kids too. I'm just like, Jesus fuck. I've heard people calling for, let's see her papers as well. She was born here. Like, that's, I mean, what do you, well, you know, maybe she's helping him out, and that, she's, what do they call it when you're helping a criminal? Aiding and abetting a fugitive. That's what they were trying to say. So Donald Trump just did an executive order yesterday, like undoing all of the rest of the civil rights that were left. Have you seen that?
No. I saw the one that was in for the White House and stuff, but...
Yeah, no, he signed it. This is on whitehouse.gov. Today, President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order eliminating the use of desperate impact liability in various contexts to ensure equal treatment under the law. Now, what this does is, so we understand that laws, policies, and procedures were needed to be put in place after the civil rights took place, because like if we were going to allow people in wheelchairs and people of color to work in public, we had to set up laws, policies, and procedures to make sure that they weren't discriminated against. That's what desperate impact is. And Donald Trump just did away with it. Not
disparate impact. But he, is that,
desperate,
did he do it
Desperate.
because of like,
My bad.
I wonder why he did it. Did he do it because of like, did he do it because of like the housing judgment against him from the 70s? He's still holding a grudge. I think that we need to get him to, we need to focus. I've said this before. We need to get him to be upset about things on a personal level. Because remember he did this, like, they got to put pricing in hospitals. That's one of the things he did that was good. And I think it's just because he got a bill one time and was being a cheap bastard. It's like, $300. That's how much my hair transplant cost. That's terrible. It should be posted up there. I had no idea I was going to be charged this. It's terrible.
So his whole argument is advancing a merit-based America, but he just goes in on desperate. I don't say that right. I know I don't. I don't know why I can't. Impact liability, and he just talks about the legal theory holding that differences of in outcomes among races, sexes, or similar groups indicated unlawful discrimination. So, like, the fact that we see a disproportionate amount of black men in prison does not indicate that the laws in America are discriminatory against black men. Like this is what he's trying to establish right now, saying, hey, all these laws, policies, and procedures that are set place because the studies show it disproportionately impacts people of color, women, disability communities. Those are lies. Those studies are made up, and we're just going to go ahead and do away with all the laws that we've set in place. That's what he's doing. So,
yeah, they're targeting everything. Yeah, well, you know, they're taking studies, and I told you about the study that came down yesterday. That was wild.
What?
The study that came down on the DOJ website? You ready to host?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, they pulled all that down. I did go and find that on the FBI site, though. They still have it on the FBI site, and there's a couple other ones that actually posted it as well. Just secondary sources, though.
Yeah.
Bureau of Prisons has it as well.
My girlfriend's going to host now. She's more entertaining.
No, I'm not.
You're not.
Really not.
Hi.
Hi.
No?
How are you?
Okay. She doesn't want to host. Fine. I'll host.
Fine.
The Big D.
Oh,
I feel like this is some...
Yeah, no, he's a Trumper.
I feel like this is some...
What was that?
Hey, can you pull over?
Can I what?
You pull over?
Right now.
Pull the fucking car over. Are you
Put your hands on
driving?
the steering wheel.
No, I'm not driving. I'm sitting passenger seat. Why?
Oh, because I can't hear because the audio is terrible.
Okay.
Are you
So
on?
what are you complaining about? What are you complaining about today on here?
The audio is really terrible.
He was on
Okay, I can
Johnny's
hear you
earlier.
totally clear.
I know, but we all having a problem hearing you.
Who is having a problem hearing me?
You're the one with the shitty mic, bro.
I have a brand new iPhone. I don't know. Everyone else can hear me.
Like,
Okay,
when
can
you're
you
peeking
hear
and
me or not?
wind and-
Can you not hear me?
I mean, we can hear you.
No, you
Whatever.
had a
Just
lot of
talk.
background.
Jesus Christ.
It's like static.
Okay.
It's the wind blowing between your ears.
You know,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
Nokia doesn't make phones anymore, right? Go ahead.
We're making all our phones in the U.S. from here out, so it'll be a lot better. It's made in China.
Yeah, good luck with that.
This phone was made in China, so what do you expect?
Anyway, like all the Trump stuff. So what's going on? What's your take today?
No, I'm just scrolling through. I haven't been listening to you at all. I'm just curious what you're complaining about today.
Oh, literally everything. Donald Trump can't. He couldn't do something right.
Like what has he
Period.
done wrong so far?
What has he done? The stock market. That's for starters. Taking away protections for marginalized groups. I know you don't care about that.
23 handicap in golf.
I didn't check the stock market today, but it was up pretty big yesterday.
It's not a day over day thing, bud. That's intraday
Trump
trading. We're talking about the decline of American superiority abroad because of his actions.
I'm pretty sure Trump had the highest day and second highest day in stock market history.
Because he manipulated the market. The fuck?
Manipulated.
Do you know how he did that? If you dump the stock market and then tell everybody to buy, it kind of shows a manipulation, don't you think?
Okay, did you buy?
Hey, can you answer my question?
I said, did you buy?
Yeah, no, I know. I asked you a question and you answered it
No,
with a
that's
question,
not
which is fucking
market.
weird, man.
No, it's
Hey,
not,
so
dude.
if you
It's not at all,
dump the
guy.
stock market,
He didn't dump.
If you-
What do you mean dump? How do you dump the stock market? He didn't dump the stock market at all. He
done?
applied a tariff. He didn't dump shit, dude.
and with that tariff, it affected the stock market, causing
Okay,
a
yes.
sharp
we know-
decrease,
we
right?
knew he was gonna do that.
Brooke,
Okay.
appreciate the dollar.
And then he put a tweet out saying, "Hey, everybody should buy," which caused it to rise.
Okay,
And then you're like, "Look, it's the single most
that's
biggest
not
rise
what
ever."
caused it to rise,
Weird,
dude.
man.
That's you don't know what you're talking about.
Weird.
That's not what caused it to rise.
What caused it to rise was he paused the tariffs.
Oh, the tariff. So,
Right.
Well,
So really quick, I'm confused.
so
Are tariffs
You're saying that he told everyone to buy and you
Was I
didn't buy
talking?
it. I guess you're not that smart, dude.
really quick? So he told everybody to buy multiple different times before, and it still crashed. So, but really quick, are tariffs
Stock market, so your dude's incorrect. That guy
are
dumb.
tariffs? No, he said to buy before. Are tariffs? Are they like good or bad? Because he keeps changing his mind on them.
Tariffs are good. They're good because it's a bargaining tactic. Okay, you guys don't understand.
Cool. What did he bargain for by collapsing the U.S. stock market? What did he get from that? He erased $11 trillion in value. So I'm just wondering, he must have got a lot.
How much has came back since then?
I don't know about 4, but that's still down about $6 trillion. So again, if you could answer the question, what was
Half
worth?
came back already.
Right, but there are people that aren't getting their
Yes,
money
it was
back.
worth it. It
Right.
was, yes.
Hold on a second. Who made that wealth?
What wealth?
Who made that wealth?
What wealth?
Who made the wealth from the stock market going up?
Everybody who's invested.
No. The top 1% made $1 trillion.
The top 1%. Okay.
That means they made 25%. That means they made 25% of all of the money that went up. So he just made rich people rich. Pokey, appreciate it for the 5. Thank you.
That's because they already had money invested.
This is like the
Okay,
craziest
when it
shit
went
to
back
me.
up, dude,
This
you're
is like the
impossible
crazy-
to talk to.
Hold on. This is like the craziest shit to me because when the economy went down under Biden, you guys lost your mind. You were freaking out. When the economy went down under Biden, you guys were freaking out that Kamala was going to crash the stock market. And here we are. You guys are like, no, the stock market's good. And then when it goes up, you guys go, oh my God, it's good. And then when it goes down, you go, it's a long-term plan. Fucking crazy. So basically, he can never do. If the stock market, really quick, What could the stock market do that you wouldn't support Trump?
He recouped half those gains.
Really quick, I'm just asking you a simple question. What would the stock market have to do for you to not support Trump?
I support Trump.
So fucking shit. What is this, idiocracy? I ask you a question. What would the stock market have to do? Because when it goes up, you say, good job, he's bringing it back. When it goes down, you go, oh, it's a long-term plan. So what does the stock market have to do for you to be like, Trump's doing shitty?
The stock market has nothing to do with why I voted for Trump.
That's the whole goddamn conversation we
And the
had.
fact that he's a businessman and he had the strongest economy we had.
Don't bother me, I'm baiting.
Wow. Don't worry, everyone's benefiting from his tariffs. So
Everyone's benefiting. You're not benefiting. I just bought shirts. Price went up, by the way. Doubled.
Yep.
Doubled.
Yeah? Oh, yes, it doubled. Good. It should double.
Why is that good? I just paid $60 to the government.
Oh, it's okay. You think it's good to get shit cheaper from China? That's good.
You don't understand. I was just taxed by Donald Trump. I bought it wasn't $60. I bought $70 worth of shirts. They're up about 70 or 80%, which means that about $20 of that was taxed straight to the government. So Donald Trump taxed me $20 for those shirts.
Where are these shirts made?
They're made overseas. Again, I was taxed 20%. Why are taxes good now?
Because they're made in China, these shirts, you're saying, correct?
Yeah. Why are taxes good now?
So you believe in child labor in sweatshops?
I don't, which is why I don't support the Republicans. Now, if you could answer my question, in what way does it help America that I was taxed $20?
It helps us. It helps because we don't want to cut China off. We don't believe.
Cool. Why is Trump still outsourcing his stuff to China?
We don't believe in China.
I mean, you're not answering my question.
We don't believe in forced labor. You believe in forced labor?
China doesn't have forced labor. I mean, they do in the instance of Uyghurs, but that's been phased out over the last few years. We have forced labor in America.
1% of the workforce in China is child labor. About 7.5%.
We have
under the age of 14.
Hey. Okay, then I have one question. Calm down. Yes, don't have children. Get a vasectomy. Listen, so let me ask you this simple question. Hold on, really quick. Why is Donald Trump still having his shit made in China then?
Because Donald Trump can do whatever the fuck he wants, dude.
So you're a fucking idiot. You're dumb. You're dumb. I don't care if the live goes down. You're painfully, pathetically stupid.
You are, dude.
You're so dumb.
You believe in child labor. You want your cheap shit from China. What a dope you are.
Citation. I'm sorry, who's writing the bills in the United States to bring back child labor? This is fucking crazy. It's like literally like whatever. Donald Trump, you want to spit on me? Donald Trump wants to put me against the wall? Donald Trump wants to put me in prison? Yes, Donald. Hey, can you answer? Why does he continue to get his stuff from China? So he supports child labor then?
He doesn't get shit from China, dude. You don't know what he
Yes,
gets
he
and where it
does.
comes from. You have no idea.
We do know where it comes from because it says made in China. MAGA hats, flags, Bibles, shoes, dildos, whatever the
Your
fuck.
MAGA hat says made in China. Your MAGA hat says made in China.
I don't have a MAGA hat.
You're a clown. How do you know then if you didn't take it out?
Because we can see what's called photos. You're connected to the internet. Maybe you, shut up. Maybe you don't have access to the internet, but the other people do. So, again, a simple question. If you can't ask her, you got to go. Why are you okay with Donald Trump supporting everything you espouse to hate? And why are you okay with the Republicans supporting child labor law reductions in the United States?
Okay, I'm trying to explain. So, how many hours a day do you think about Donald Trump?
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, man, that's not it.
Don't want you to be late for your date with your sister. Your sister. Brooke, appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm going to go back over here. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Please don't be fucking dumb as fuck like that guy. Corey, appreciate it. Pokey, thank you for the 5 over on YouTube. What, no Advil? Someone to tip me for Advil? You won? I know, because stupid people don't ever think that they lose, right? Like 2020. Remember when you lost that? Or every single court case Donald Trump's lost? You done with
Brooke,
it,
thanks for the $1 on Cash App. I
you still
appreciate that.
got work? Oh. Oh, so we don't, okay. What do you want to do? Lunch?
She wants sushi finally.
Shit. Oh, he's back.
Oh joy.
Sorry, I've outsourced like Trump
Why would you
here
come back?
to the thing. You can go back to the thing. Because they just can't handle the fact that they're idiots. Like, so it's a contradiction. I don't know why I have to point this out because pretty much everybody sees it, but it's a contradiction to say I don't support China because of child labor, which China has taken immense steps to target child labor in their country because they want to look legitimate. And it's bad for brands. So when brands go to China to get stuff built, this is pretty part and parcel. They do not like children because there's such a stereotype with it, that it's a sweatshop, that there's children, et cetera, et cetera. In the United States, though, Republicans are actively writing legislation to make it easier for people that are under the age of 18 to work in hazardous jobs. And then they turn around and go, you support child labor. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. It's like, it's crazy to me because the moment you offer progressive ideas or the moment you, it's weird because Republicans will become progressive in like a moment, right?
Bro,
like when you're talking about, oh yeah. Tia, appreciate the 5 gifted over there. Thank you. Could we get some dubs and drumsticks in the chat for Tia? Appreciate it. Thank you. 5 gifted.
I had
But
8
they-
Republicans agreeing with me on on universal health care yesterday. I just wasn't calling it universal health care.
Right.
They were like, yeah, man, you're right. The pharmaceutical companies have way too much money and power. I'm like, yeah, man, we need to band together and group up and tell them, hey, we're not willing to pay that much for these medicines. This is what we'll pay. But we understand you need to make money in this. So we'll give you like 15% over. What do you think of that? I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. Welcome, comrade. Hey, man, you should take your girl. So if you go down to the fish market, you know where that bronze pig is outside of the fish market, right?
We are not in Seattle right now.
Oh.
So that's out of the question. That's okay. We'll figure it out. We were talking about like types of food, like tacos or.
Well, this is Asian. There's an Asian place, right?
Do Asian food.
Like if you're standing by the
Pho?
pig and look in the same direction, right? It's just adjacent from that bronze pig. There's a Asian place that they make these rice balls stuffed with pork. Jesus Christ, they're so good.
The lines there at Pike are so crazy though. So crazy.
But it's not at Pike. It's like a catty corner from there.
No.
You're not buying fish. There's another
would
restaurant
try
thing
it.
right there.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Its name is Rachel. I didn't know it had a name.
Its name is Rachel? Huh. Anyway, if you guys are debating, go ahead and hop in the box. Would appreciate it. When we lower tariffs and get our products from China's made in sweatshops, they just keep making up literally whatever argument that they can. Like they don't fucking listen, motherfuckers. I'm gonna crash out. If you do not have American-made everything, shut the fuck up. Thank you. Fucking guy's over here in his Chinese-made fucking jacket with his Chinese-made socks and his Chinese-made fucking pants and underwear that have Trump on them and his shirt and his fucking watch and his phone and his car and the list goes on. The thing he charges his phone on. He's over here like, they make this at sweatshops. You're not an ethical fucking shopper, okay? There's maybe like a handful of people in America, and I mean that literally. They can actually say like, oh, I just buy only American. Why? Because I have the fucking money. And even that, it's just not made here.
He said he's got a brand new iPhone when we were talking shit about his microphone. He's like, oh, I got a brand new iPhone. It's a good microphone.
We care so much about workers' rights now that we want to own the libs and want to support Trump. Get the fuck out of here. I'm
So
gonna.
you want to protect minimum wage?
My guest got violated. I'm gonna reset really quick. I'm gonna reset and then I'll be right back. Okay, so when we come back in, everybody bombard the shit out of the screen. Appreciate it if you guys send over coins. I'll be right back. Live did get violated, so I'm gonna reset.
Doing too much.
Love Tesla. I can't play it because of the audio on here, but Jesus. Guys. Wall Street is doing everything they do to the market from 1920. You think that Wall Street is doing everything they can to the market from 1920? I don't know what that question means. But yeah, if you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo, Cash App in the bio. You guys can tip over on YouTube. Would appreciate it. This took me forever to get set up. I think I don't know how much longer you want to be live for. Do you want to go out or you want to hang out here?
2 o'clock. So.
Oh, what time's rush hour? We could do like till 2:30 or something. I was trying to be live 2 hours earlier. It took me forever. So we'll see what happens and then we'll... 2:30?
Hey guys, my channel.
Guys, welcome to her mukbang. This is her channel now. She owns it. It's been chaos this week. Chaos. It's okay. I did finally get it set up. So that's good. That's good. I know someday you'll have a beautiful afternoon. Be a star in someone else's. Okay, I don't know what this is about. Hi. What's going on?
Hi, Tommy. Good morning.
What's going on?
I know you're looking for opposition. I just wanted to know if this is your new schedule or if
No.
it's like a one-off.
This will be, so I'll be live at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Pacific, and I'll probably go to like 3 or 4, depending. And that's just gonna be for like the next till Wednesday or something like that.
I see. Okay, that's all I wanted to clarify. Have a good one, Tommy.
Yeah, take care. But you can also set up your notifications. Notifications work. But yeah. Anyways, if you guys want to double tap the screen, there's been confusion over the schedule, even with my moderators. It's going to be 9 a.m. This is what's going to happen after Wednesday when I go back to my normal setup. 9 a.m. I'll be live for the morning live, and then I'll go back to 6 p.m. Pacific. And I think we're going to run 3 hours still for the time being and just sort of see what happens. So it'll still be 6 to 9. Cut who off?
So did you see Trump is begging Putin
The lady?
not to attack Ukraine anymore?
Oh,
She asked a question and said okay.
Oh, what? What I miss?
I didn't cut her off. She's like, okay, thanks. And I was like, all right. Why do I not show up on TikTok? I'm over on the.dude. Beach.
Pull your other account up, man.
Yeah, I could. We're probably going to be live for about 20 more. Go probably get some food. I was supposed to be live 2 hours ago, but this was painfully difficult. What's up, Beach?
What's up, man? Go get some good food. Cheeseburger in paradise.
Maybe. So, what's your take? What's going on?
I think the jury is out on, whether Trump has succeeded in destroying the economy yet or not. I teach economics, and I have no idea what the long-term effect of these tariffs is. I've tried to model it. I can't because it's been so long since tariffs of this nature have been tried. It's kind of unpredictable, and I think the uncertainty is what's affecting the markets more than the belief that they're going to hurt the economy.
Yeah, that's part of the problem is that obviously it's a more intertwined economy than it was in 1929, significantly more so. So I don't know. It's bad. How bad? I don't know. I don't know that there's a way to actually model it, but yeah. Yeah, I don't expect it's going to be very good.
Who was it that said the best definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? We're hoping for a different result, and Trump's just trying something different. And again, it's not something I would try. It's not something I would recommend trying, but I think I understand why a lot of people are supporting it.
The tariffs, I understand like why people are irritated about the way that the economy's had, but unfortunately they're like blaming other countries, and they should be more so blaming our own government for failing. But yeah, this is, I don't know. I don't think this is going to go really well. I think this is going to be really, really bad. And I think a lot of it is the market. You're right. Like the market is panicking because they don't know what's going to happen, more so than just like we're actually seeing the economic consequences of tariffs, because those are going to take time. But I do think that the market's like, okay, and then they panic sell. And so we're seeing that reverberation. But, you know, like when I think it's the 30th, the GDP numbers are coming out, like that's going to have significant consequences because it's showing what, negative 2 point whatever. And as those will come out, I think we'll start to see a decline. I think everybody is looking at it like day to day is like, oh, it's up, oh, it's down, oh, it's up, oh, it's down. But, you know, 2007, 2008 was 2 years of slow decline. So, you know.
Yeah, my overall take on the markets is the stressors, the uncertainty is simply causing PE ratios to revert to the long-term mean, because in the past couple of years, PE ratios were well above a long-term mean.
It's
It's the
okay.
same
You can,
thing.
Josh can carry you.
It's what Alan Greenspan used to refer to as irrational exuberance.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. Ooh.
Is that even plugged in?
No, because the other thing was, neither is my Mac. Sorry, my phone was about to die. All right, well, yeah, I think it's going to be we'll find out in probably the next 6 months or so really what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can grab a debate, and then we're going to go grab some lunch. So, sound good?
All right, man. Have fun. Great being here. Thank you.
All right, take care. Do you host?
I'll just sit there.
It's
Is
okay.
she even on TikTok?
No.
I mean, I am, but I'm not.
She is, but
Hi there.
She's going to host. Hi. Did you have a question? Hopefully you didn't have a question for me.
Oh, I'm confused now. Who's the host? Are you or is she the host?
She's the captain now. But if you had a question for me,
Okay.
I can take it. I was going to go pee, but that's all right.
I was just catching the tail end of that. I'm a former reference librarian who studied spirituality and psychology, and I'm thinking that with what's going on, it's far worse than just the tariffs. It's about destroying natural human connection with other people, which is going to make everything harder, like in business and personal. Because if you don't have natural human
help her out,
trust,
Josh.
you won't-
Sure. Sorry, bro.
It's okay. So what's so funny?
Nothing. I'm not laughing. I was just listening to you.
Okay. I'm suddenly feeling kind of uncomfortable because, like, I was saying some things and then in the background there's laughing, so I didn't know if it was in reference to what I was saying or.
No, I think Tommy was leaving and he was telling his girlfriend goodbye. I think that's what.
Oh.
That's what it was.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I'm not sure what you heard. I'll just stop there for a minute.
You were saying they were destroying the connection, the human connection, and that was the purpose of. It was a lot deeper. I was understanding. I was with you.
Yeah. And I'm really concerned about that because in our country, we're a transactional society
Agreed.
Well,
that's not about human connection, and there's only so much you can do with money. And without there being love in the world, I don't know why you
I'm an
would
idiot.
care about buying shit and
I was like,
going to work without that. I mean, and so then we have war, we have people who don't know how to talk to each other, we have a loneliness epidemic affecting 170 million people with 0 to 2 friends in the US, as stated by our former US Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy, lined out in an 82-page HHS Health and Human Services report from spring of 2023 and continues. So that means everything, every human relationship, from business to
okay.
personal, like with making friends or dating.
I'm sorry. I'm listening to you, and I agree. I think that their intention is to
Hold on, I'm
destroy
mute.
relationships. 100%. I don't know if Tommy doesn't know he's not on mute. There, he's on mute. Sorry. But yeah, no, I'd have to agree with you. I think the intention is. You still there?
Yeah, I almost dropped
Okay.
because I'm feeling really uncomfortable with this laughing in the background, and from a social standpoint, it just feels really weird. Like I'm a human being, and that affects
Okay,
me.
appreciate you coming in. Anyways, if you're debating, go ahead and hop in the box. Don't start with weird shit. I'm sorry I interrupted your live. The fuck? Anyway, if you're debating, go ahead and hop on in the box. Would appreciate it.
Hi. Well, I kind of understand what you were saying, although I don't care what you're doing as long as the Tic Tac's talking to me or someone's paying attention to me. Um,
What?
Trump,
What the
Trump's
fuck is this?
tariffs.
What?
Hold on, man. Hold on. He was addressing the last caller. That's all.
Oh, are you fucking with me?
No.
I thought this was I was like, is this a meme going around? What the fuck?
No,
You got
no,
a couple
no,
different
no.
things going on around you at the same time, Tommy. It's all right. I got you.
I was just saying I'm cool. I'm cool with
I don't. What the
well,
fuck?
yeah, anyway. Well, Trump's tariff
Hold
is.
on, pause really quick. I don't think it was rude to give her time to talk and doing my own thing and not knowing I'm on mute. She came up here and talked despite the fact that I just fucking said debates only. And I still let her talk. Go ahead. You're good. You can talk. It's fine.
Yeah. It's not only Trump's tariffs are bad for the economy, for America and the world. It's his policies are so economically destroying. His policies on immigration, his policies on the businesses, for example, how he's destroying academic freedom, him demanding how universities should be run, is one form of destroying the economy. The reason why the economy is good in America, is fantastic in America, is because of academic freedom. That's one of the freedom of speech. All these things are ingredients of a successful economy, and he's breaking it brick by brick, and then you expect the economy to be great.
Yeah, I mean,
I
this
don't
is
know how
like. I mean, this is a really like simple concept that Republicans can't understand. We exist because we spend as a country, and we're financially powerful because we spend. And if you cut off our ability to spend or make it more difficult for us to spend, our economy is going to retract. If we have 70% less or 100% or 50% less or even 20% less to spend, our economy can't grow. So it's a real simple concept that they're just not really understanding.
And it's also based on confidence, correct? If consumers are not confident, they won't spend. If people are not confident, they won't invest. It's a vicious cycle. To be easily broken, and it's very hard to fix. I don't think, if for argument's sake, let's say Trump gets out of office 4 years from now, and a Democrat come in, I don't think this time the damages could be so big that I don't think a Democratic president, can fix it in 8 years. It could be so big, it might take a generation.
It could.
Because these are fundamentals of America. It's not like he's changing a few things. He's changing the very fabric of what America what it was. And when I say what it was, it's already changed. That's why I said what it was.
Yeah.
America's not already. In this past 4 months only, he's changed so much. Unless some miracle happens and somehow Democrats get in power the next year or so, the change will be so much it will take forever to fix it back.
I mean, it's been like a
We got
like it, okay, I'll let him in just a second. I'm gonna finish this. It's like China has been making this meteoric rise, and America has been failing. We've been sort of living off the prosperous nature that we've had for the last however long, and fixing like. They're to a point where they're about to be competitive, and it's becoming very clear why Xi thought that Trump was going to be the best option to become president, why he started pushing for Trump. Because he knows he can beat him. He knows he's an idiot. And I think that's crystal clear now is that China is in the driver's seat and we have an idiot behind the helm. So I do think we have a debate, and I was going to take it and then, yeah.
What's the debate? What you're debating on?
I'm not sure yet. I'm going to let him in. I'm just going to take this one with Josh, but I appreciate you coming in.
All right. Thank you for hearing me anyway.
Right. And for the record, as far as me getting irritated and hanging up, I think that was justified based off of the fucking... Don't do some weird shit. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, Jalen? You debating?
Yeah, I was just listening and just wanted to share a few things that are pretty opposite to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and really what the last guy was saying, how he's like just destroying like the fabric of what America has been. And all he's doing is resetting the trade order that's been in place since after World War II. And it's high time that it gets done, especially with China, because we need China. China needs us. I don't know why they're why they're the only country like not coming to the table, but it's because they have to look dominant because they have propped themselves up to be something that they're not at all. And if they can't be like other countries that come to the table, because if you look at the world order and like China's goals, they want the China Communist Party to be the soul for the whole world. And I think they'll come to the table and get a deal done, but
Right, what's the deal? The trade imbalance is that they sell more to us. How do they fix that? You want them to sell less to us?
It's not that they sell, it's like we produce our things over there and we need to bring a lot of it back. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And the big problem with them is that they have all the access to our markets.
Okay, then why
we
didn't
build our stuff there. And
why didn't the
they
Republicans?
basically-
I mean, it's simple fix. Then why didn't the Republicans write legislation to force companies to build America?
Because so these business owners that pushed for this and got it done like these years ago, it was cheaper to make stuff over there. So it was all about them making more profit. But
still
now
is.
we have seen this trend now we see the trend's not sustainable and it has got to be fixed because our deficits are just crazy. So they're fixing
None
it.
of this is making sense. John,
deficits aren't a bad thing.
You have to understand how the markets work to understand what I'm
I
saying.
do understand how the markets work. We're just saying it's not making any sense. So China has set up
What's not
trade
making
routes.
sense?
Well, I mean, what you're saying is not making sense. It's a simple question. Why did the Republicans not write legislation to force companies to make more in the United States? Because this is a thing where U.S. companies have been allowed to move over there.
Right. Yeah, we don't restrict where you can go, but now we're incentivizing you to come back here.
Why
and
would this
and discouraging you from
How
building
does-
in China?
How does that so why not write legislation that just bars them outright? Why do they need incentivization? I don't understand.
Why do we have to get punished for this to happen?
Who's getting punished?
Us,
People paying
you and
tariffs.
The consumers?
Yes.
Got you. Yeah. The prices are going to go down like on everyday things we buy. I'm a developer, like real estate developer, so I have like strong grip on all the pricing and materials, like everything. Like it's not going to be. You're not going to
Everything
be.
material-wise is going to go up, skyrocket. Every blade used to cut wood that's being tariffed coming from Canada is going to increase.
Yeah. So like I said, prices are going to go down. They're going down month to month, and we're still seeing that even with these
How?
tariffs. We've already taken in 21 billion in tariffs, and nothing's went up.
Okay.
I mean, a few things.
How?
Yes.
How are they going to go down? If we need
Because
materials,
we can
hold on.
produce and source from elsewhere way faster than you guys think that we can, and we're already doing it.
Cool.
Like we're
Where?
already doing it. We're seeing it happen. It's happened
Where?
last time under his first administration also when we tariffed China hundreds of billions, and everybody
Cool.
was
What
like prices
countries
are
make
going to
other hand
skyrocket,
tools?
and everything went
Cool.
down.
What countries make hand tools and
They
saws
want you to think
needed?
tariffs are
Hey,
bad because they
Jalen,
want.
can I finish
Hold
a
on.
sentence before you start
I,
talking?
well, let me finish mine first.
Yeah, no,
They
you've
want you
said
to
a
think
lot,
tariffs are
and
bad because they
okay.
want you to think that we
This
need
is
to
where
be
you get
taxed.
muted because you just won't shut up.
Well, let me finish my fucking sentence.
Dude, I am trying to clarify things
You're
that
trying to
you've
interrupt
already
me, and
said.
I'm not done. That's all you're doing.
Can't we all just get
Okay,
along?
Jalen,
But go
you
ahead.
said things are going to decrease in price, and I'm asking you to clarify how. There are no other countries that make the machines, that make the tools,
Right.
that make
So prices.
holy fuck, I'm not done. I'm literally not done. Words are
Your,
coming out of my mouth.
your question is
So
obvious.
the machines, the tools, the saws, the chop saws, the sawzalls, those are all made in China. So if we need to replace those blades and those saws, that costs more money for the housing, which the lumber's being taxed at a higher rate coming from Canada, so that's going to cost. So
You know
how in this?
inventory
How in
works?
this? So Jalen, 7 more
Do you
seconds.
know when
man.
we'll run out of
How
blades?
Jalen, 7 more seconds. How in this? How in this fantasy world are you going to pay less money when tariffs are 145% extra?
Right. So that's just on China, and we have inventory that's not running out of blades anytime soon. We can source from elsewhere, but
Where?
also prices
You
are
say
going to go
elsewhere.
down.
Where?
Hold on, sir. Prices
Who
went
else
up.
builds this stuff other than China?
Be quiet for 1 second.
Bro,
So
if you're going to say
prices
stuff,
have
you've
gone
got to
up.
clarify. Don't just say
Yeah.
elsewhere.
You have to wait
Who?
for the answer before you ask for clarification, you fucking nutbag.
I just want to say
Um,
something.
Prices have went up 50% or more since Biden took office. You know why that is? Interest rates,
They
energy
haven't
prices,
gone up.
restrictive policies, and with all those three things going, it's going to balance out and prices
Yeah,
will
really
policies
go
did
quick.
he do?
I just want to point out that before you said you wanted to bring jobs back to the United States, and now you're saying, no, we don't want to do that. We want to move them elsewhere out of China. So can you clarify as to which one it is?
We can't bring it all back as fast as we need to, so we're going to outsource it, but we're already see tons of
Okay, but your
manufacturing.
contention was that China had been getting too many companies, U.S. companies, to go there. And now you're saying that they needed to come back. Now you're saying, no, we're going to move it elsewhere. But also
No,
you're saying your problem was the
you're just
trade.
acting like we can't have both at the same time.
Your
and you're
your
like,
problem
argument
was
is
your
one
problem
that
was
you're-
originally trade imbalance.
Yep.
And
The
if they go
problem
elsewhere,
is-
that's still a trade imbalance.
So the problem with China is mainly the IP theft and we not having any access to their courts. Like they can do
It's
whatever
so
they
crazy
want
to me that Republicans just found out about IP theft. I mean, they really did. It's
have
been
no
going on
idea
for
what it is.
decades.
What does IP stand for, Jalen?
No, this has been
No,
talked.
what does IP
Democrats have
stand
been
for?
people have been talking about trying to
Cool.
do
What
this
does IP
since-
stand for? Before we continue this, I want to know
Intellectual
that you
property. Be quiet.
Okay, cool.
goofy.
So in the very beginning,
Democrats
you called
have been
me,
talking about
hey,
doing this since the 1990s, and Trump's finally doing it. So
Doing what? They literally.
it's not a new thing. He's just
Doing
trying to get better
what?
trade deals. He's just trying to get better trade deals.
What is he trying to get? Can you tell us what we're going to get out of this?
Better trade deals.
What a better trade deal? What the fuck? You're going to get a car. What kind of car? You're going to get a car. What's the
We
trade
have-
deal?
We have more access to other countries' courts and markets, and we don't manufacture all of our shit and rely on other countries. We rely on ourselves.
Okay, so how is tariffs going to do that? Because right now, no companies are
Exactly.
announcing their. Wait,
So
can you name a
say
major?
our
Can you name a
company-
Fortune 500 company that's planning on moving back to the United States?
Yes, so many. Actually.
Name one.
We have
Name one.
7 trillion. since
Name
he took
one.
office committed to come here.
Name that's
We-
not that no that's investment in the United States. But by the way, I'm asking you very specifically. Name one
know,
company
yeah,
that
I'm
is
telling
planning on
you,
moving
but
on
you won't shut
manufacturing
up.
back to the United States. Awesome. What's the company name?
Yeah, so they measure how many applications are done for new manufacturing companies, and you can go Google the manufacturing companies that are coming here. Literally, there's a list.
Okay, what's the name? I said a Fortune 500 company that's moving their manufacturing back to the United States. Because I can tell you
the
ones that have
biggest-
moved out.
The biggest chip maker in the world in Taiwan is one of them.
No, that was the CHIPS Act under Biden.
The CHIPS Act is not the reason that
Thanks,
happened.
Biden.
The CHIPS Act is the reason that the Arizona plant exists.
Well, that's crazy because the CEO literally announced it after Trump and said he wouldn't have done it under
Announced
Biden.
what? It was producing chips under Biden.
It's producing
That's
them in
wild.
Taiwan. It's going to move it
No,
here.
you're talking about a South Korean company, and I know
I'm
what you're
talking
talking
about the
about.
Taiwan chip
No,
making
you're
company. Do I need
not.
to go get the name real quick?
Yes, you do. You're
One
talking.
second.
You're not talking about TSMC.
You're so confident in your
TSMC.
bullshit, it's
Oh my
so
God, I
dangerous.
know more about. What does TSMC stand for?
One second, sir. You're so confident, it's nuts. I don't understand.
I already know what you're talking about.
You
You're
can
talking
learn-
about $500 billion that was
learn new
pledged by a
information.
South Korean. I was still talking.
That's
It
not
wasn't
what I'm
South
talking
Korean. It
about
was a
at all.
Japanese
That's
billionaire.
not what I'm talking about.
TSMC can say whatever they say. The TSMC plant opened under Biden. I'll pull it up for you.
We'll let him pull it up too. Maybe he'll learn something. I'm still gonna go back to my elsewhere question. I haven't forgot that. You called me a nutbag. You said that you were getting to it, and you never said where elsewhere was. So look
Right here, the U.S. will start manufacturing advanced chips December 27, 2024. Biden is still president. Right here, TSMC begins producing 4-nanometer chips in Arizona. Reuters, January 10th, 2025. Trump is not in office at that point.
That's amazing. So we got that one down.
That's good. Crazy.
Jim loves my nutbag.
His hands are, what he's talking about, I think it's a Japanese or South Korean billionaire that says he's going to bring $500 billion worth of investment here. But the problem with all of these is most of them were already previously announced. And that one was already announced. They had already begun pooling money long before it. And so when the president comes in, they go, look, here's a bunch of money. And so Trump goes, yeah, thank you. And he did the same exact thing before Trump, with his first term, did the same exact thing. They literally, like, he's bringing back, I asked you for a Fortune 500 company that's bringing back manufacturing to the United States. It would not be possible to build TSMC in Arizona without the CHIPS Act.
Increase. There's a 174% increase in manufacturing business license applications.
I don't know what that means.
It means a lot of people are coming to build shit here.
I don't know what that means. Can you, what is that?
Name one.
Can you name one? This guy's like, you know what's happening? There's a bunch of small businesses across borders in like Canada, and they're like bakeries, and they ship most of their shit to the U.S. and they're like, oh, you can't do that. We're gonna have to move to the U.S. He's like,
Small
look,
parts
they're bringing,
plants.
yeah, look, we're bringing jobs
Why would
back.
they not come to the U.S. and why do you not want them to come to the U.S.?
I'm
Like,
asking
why are
you-
arguing against the U.S.
Well, here's the thing.
Y'all are so fucking
there are
twisted and you hate America and you're
I'll-
a fucking loser. And you should
Look at
really
this
check it
guy.
out. It's
Look at this
kinda
guy
disgusting.
triggered.
Don't crash out, man. I
Oh, he
wanted to ask you a
crashed
question
out.
before you crash out yet.
He's crashing out. Look at him. He's losing it. Was I right about the TSMC plant? Is that why you're so upset and just rage quit? Was I right about the TSMC plant? Was that what happened? Huh, it's almost like I know my
could be
stuff.
wrong, buddy.
What's a company? Just name a company that's coming here. This guy's like Jim Bob's Bakery and Deli, Delicatessen.
145%. That's why. 145% is the tariffs coming from. Did he
He's
leave?
crashed out. Yeah, he left. He crashed out.
Fuck.
He got fucking destroyed. Anyways, if you guys want to support the channel, there's a Venmo Cash App in the bio. Alternatively, you can go join the Patreon. Would appreciate it. I'm going to take my girlfriend out. We're going to go get some lunch. And, well, actually, she's driving. So, but if you guys want to support Venmo Cash App in the bio, go join the Patreon. And the other thing, tomorrow will be live at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. Around that 9 to 10. Check the channel chat. We'll be around 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. to, I don't know, probably like a 4-hour live or something like that. But look at him asking for money. I know Donald Trump's out there. Buy my shoes. It's great. Like he's a fucking scalper
Also,
on the
if you're
streets
not
of
following
NYC.
me, I'm 100 followers away from 10,000. Please follow me. I'm begging. That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking for. Begging you, please. All right, man.
All right,
have
guys.
fun at lunch. Be safe.
Will do. Sorry I was late getting live today. We'll be live tomorrow. And then, yeah, it was just I had to do the setup here. So everyone have a good time. I will see you on the next one. And